All right. You know, I really love annotations, and you want to know why? Because you get to respond to the author in a personal or really analytical way. You get to state a lot of interesting ideas. You get to have emotional arguments with people around you or with the book because, sometimes it can get emotional. And you also get to respond to provocative statements. If something's a little more provocative and you don't like it and you want to respond to it because, I think we generally respond. Another great thing about annotations is visualization and what the author is saying. The book can visualize a lot of things. Books generally have imagery, and if it doesn't, well, then the writer's probably pretty bad at writing books. So what is visualization? What it looks like? What kind of color is it? What kind of shape does it have? Is it square? Is it rectangle? Is it a triangle? Is it a quadrilateral? It'll probably explain something like that. Is it a symbol? It might describe what the symbol is, what it represents. It might teach you how to draw the concept or the idea. And that's essentially what responsive visualization is.
Howdy, I'm Fidel, and I'm going to be talking about questions. And if there's one thing I love to do in Miss Saylor's class, it's question her teaching, my thought process, and my sexuality. I like to ask lots of questions about the reading as well. I like to ask, what is the author really saying here? Like, is there a deeper meaning after I read a part of it, part of the paragraph? What is the author doing? Is he trying to illustrate something? He or she, sorry. We love all here. What do I understand so far? When I read a lot of paragraphs, I don't understand a lot, so I have to read it a couple times through, but eventually, I get a good understanding of what the author's trying to portray here. Also, what is the purpose of this section? And that kind of connects with what I understand, my understanding what the purpose is and what he's trying to portray or say, and elaborate on that. And also, I like to think if I agree with what the author is saying, and if I don't agree, on the side I'll put a little annotation and I'll say, I don't agree with this because this and that. Or if I do agree with it, I'll try and relate it to my life and real life experiences that I've had before. And that's been Fidel with questions on Miss Saylor. See you next time.
Hello, my name is Skylar Hanks, or Gunny, or just Hanks, whatever you want to call me. I'm going to talk about connections. Connections are how you connect your life to the reading. You got to ask yourself, how does this relate to me? How does a book written in the 1800s by some old dude talking about wolves relate to me, a high schooler, who's just trying to graduate? You got to ask, how does this relate to other ideas in the text? Is there more wolves? Or is it going funky fresh, or whatever it is? And finally, you got to ask, how does this relate to the world? Is this old dude talking about steam engines or 1984? How does this relate to policies or political acts that are happening today? And if you can do that, you can get your connections down.
Hi, my name is Ernesto, some random Mexican last name. I'm doing Clarify. Sometimes when you're reading a book, it's really damn confusing, and sometimes the author really doesn't clarify. So you might take little annotations so you can piece it together. Sometimes you might define key terms or reread sections just to understand it, or you might even paraphrase ideas and analyze, evaluate, and synthesize the reading.
Hello there, I'm Jake Chapman, and today I'm going to be talking about summarizing. Summarizing, everyone knows how to do it, right? All you have to do is just talk about a brief description of paragraphs and state what the paragraph is about. And also, you want to describe what is happening. That's part of what you want to summarize. And the key terms and the main ideas is what you want to focus about. Thank you.
Go along with this one? you for that.
All right, this is Ernesto, some random Mexican last name, talking about, what are you talking about? Clarifying. Take 1. Action.
Okay, I'm recording.
All right, this is Jakey Poo Chapman, talking about summarizing. Take 1. Go to choir.